This is our VH1 era.
From the Isle of Previously.
Conspiracy theory.
Doo-doo-doo.
I'm on Sexy Watch.
Goal Watch.
Clone watch.
Tyron.
Read alert.
Tyron 2 list.
Double.
Captions crunch.
It's so nice to wear.
You want to wear that top?
My hair bill.
Working models who are working.
It's good, it's round. 24.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Pod Lead'em, aka Top Model Podcast spelled backwards. My name is Hannah Jane Ginsburg, and all right, fluffy hair, droppy, I need my gold masters.
Droppy. I'm JW Crump, and don't worry about that. Let them follow or unfollow as they wish.
And I'm Lex Basile Price, and Friday!
A perfect line reading. We are here today to discuss Cycle 24, Episode 8, Beauty is Social.
I love it when it's not really a sentence.
I've always found my own beauty very solitary, if I'm honest. So I've retitled the episode, The Girl Who Quintuples Down on Being an Asshole.
Sure. That's a 5-timer for sure.
If you want to quintuple down on your love for this podcast, you can become part of the Lead'em Pod by clicking on the clicksole in the episode, on the website, buttons.
Click it, snap it. What was that from that thing?
Click it, snap it.
Click it. Just like this week's sponsor, Eric.
Eric. A K Eric, I
Love a
believe,
K.
right? Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. You know what? Eric is one of the few names where I feel like both spellings have the same aura.
Sure.
Interesting. I get more Viking from the K Erics.
Okay, for
Mhm.
sure. And maybe, is Eric with the C more preppy to you then?
Yeah, or I think, so my brain is, with the C is Princess Ariel's boyfriend,
Sure.
and with the K is a Viking, obviously.
Okay, sure.
Those are your options.
As long as they're ancient, basically.
And, you know, if you have trouble finding something, be like Eric and reach out to the Discord server and we'll
Did
help
the
you.
work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Previously on, I was like, oh, we're going to go back to the Rio is a butthole storyline.
And also, when we got Sandra's single goosebump, I was like, oh, I bet that was her last happy moment on this show.
Well, not only are we getting Rio as a butthole storyline, don't forget Christiana was molested.
Oh.
Hey.
Oh my
How
gosh.
the show doesn't realize that it's the villain in Christiana's story is wild to me. Like, you did this.
Yep.
She says it on camera several times.
Uh-huh.
And normally, I feel like we differentiate between what the production team wanted and what the post-production
Yes.
team felt. This is a rare time where weirdly the two are coinciding on Christiana and both are wrong.
But what's wild, too, is, like, they're presenting it like, wow, didn't we do the work? And then we're hearing and seeing on the screen her have to be inflicted trauma.
Yeah.
They're like, wow, we healed you. And she's like, I've never been more traumatized. And they're like, wow, we're really brave.
Let's cut to that picture again.
Also, the episode still for this episode on Amazon. Haunting.
What is it? I don't know.
It's Christiana and her male model, and she's looking directly at the camera like,
Oh,
Oof.
right. Oh, by the way, speaking of streaming, Hulu update, just because I want to preserve this in media, because this will not be true in 2 weeks. Now on Hulu, 1 through 5, 11 through 15, and this one.
Yep. And before we leave Previously on Island, they make it seem like everyone but Christina tied for first place.
Yes.
Yeah, that was what it felt like.
Which is wild when we start the episode with everyone admiring their photos except Erin.
Right. And no digital art. Did they make it and it looked like poo-poo?
Yes.
I also think this is a rare time that Previously On did what Previously On should be doing, which is they very quickly remind us of the Kyla stutter
Yes.
conversation, a thing that is going to be grown upon
Yes.
in this episode. I was like, why are we mentioning that? Are we going to hear the stutter again? What do you mean? And then I was like, oh, there's an actual progression of this storyline without it being, and Kyla's eliminated.
Yeah, and in a way that Lex Basile Price would have appreciated last episode.
Yep. Well, this episode, you get to be torn between being relieved and happy to get more Kyla information, and also feeling terrible about how she's being treated by her bully.
Question. This is the first time we really see the models have to assemble their photos on the shelves.
So many questions.
How do they know where it needs to go? Because it's not individual rows.
Nope.
They get to just decide.
That would be fun. I'd be rearranging that all day.
They're not organized by contestant, and they're not organized by shoot. And I don't understand.
Or placement, I noticed.
Do they have to form their own stack when they're leaving?
Yes.
They have to, like, shuffle through all the photos and find each of theirs? That's too much.
That's very Vanna White coded, just going through and like, this one?
I mean, I like that we learned that they have to do it themselves, and this is not production doing it.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of funny. Like, why make them do this work? And they're in these acrylic frames, so it's not like it's being put into a portfolio.
And those frames are so reflective that at one point in this episode, I'm so glad you saw it. Because it looks like at one point, Tyra's top model game avatar is floating on top of Sandra's picture. How did that happen?
The winning avatar does get to be next to Tyra's. I'm so glad I thought maybe it was a trick of like watching it streaming and like two frames had blended together or something.
You thought maybe paper eyelashes Tyra got reflected in.
That's what I thought too. It's so weird.
I love that when we get really to the episode proper, Shanice is like, hate Rio.
It's so funny to me that Gina refers to this as overhearing a conversation, a private conversation, when the four of them are sitting in the middle of the living room talking at full volume.
I'll say this, best thing that's ever happened in the edit of the show for Sandra, because this is not a Sandra problem. This is clearly half the house.
Yeah. And it was good look for Brendy K. She's trusted to do Shanice's hair.
Yes.
They really are besties.
I love them. I'm so glad they had each other.
This is the one person you don't want to confront, Brendy K. Brendy K's asleep at the wheel this episode.
It's because she's not coming directly for Shanice or Brendy K.
That's true. And I love how Shanice says it, because we get Shameen for a second, who says that Rhea's just the biggest hater ever, which is just what it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's just a jealous hater most of the time.
Yes. And won't recognize that she is ever in the wrong. The lack of accountability taking in this episode is truly wild to me. You don't even get a blow-off apology.
No.
Nope.
So
the story.
Kyla says, this at the very top felt a little produced, where Kyla's like, did I ever tell you the story? And I was like, all right. But she was like, she was underneath a bed or something. That
she was in the lower bunk.
Yeah, that Rio was openly talking about something, describing a friend of Rio's, and said, he's like stupid, like how Kyla is. Which, yikes.
Yeah.
And then, we'll talk about Kyla's backstory, I think, in a second, but I want to mention right now, this is a rare time where there is not a game of telephone. Gina says this word for word to Rio. Gina doesn't censor this at all.
Because it feels like Gina was the other half of that conversation. So she remembered it herself.
They heard that thing we
Gina
did.
was there for sure. Remember when we were talking?
It's just funny because you would think Gina would paraphrase. Model has taught me that people paraphrase fights.
Oh, yeah.
Gina said, no, I've recorded the conversation. I can play it.
I have
Gina
an eidetic memory.
Gina didn't find anything wrong with what Rio said, which is the other wild part. She's not like, hey, maybe you should go down there and say something nice to Kyla.
No, it seemed like she was like, hey, Rio, remember that conversation we had? Kyla's telling other people about it.
Well, I think it's interesting. It comes up a little bit more in the latter part of the episode, but I think Gina I've met people like this. Maybe I've even been a person like this, honestly, at some part of my life. Gina identifies as Rio's best friend.
Yes.
So now Gina is always going to defend Rio or try to help Rio out because Gina now sees herself as the bestie.
Yeah.
It was weird to me that she didn't defend Rio in that scenario, though. That was like for me, Gina's instinct for drag drama coming out. Because she's right there in her towel, putting her foot up at an ottoman and drying it, which no thank you.
Yuck.
Let's air this out.
This was the perfect opportunity to be like, oh, I'm so sorry. We were talking there. I don't think that's what she meant. She could have said something in that group scenario, but instead just immediately flies to Rio's side.
I think she felt outnumbered, and I would too against Brendy K and Shanice. I don't want to involve myself in an argument with the two, like the super friends.
Or Kyla. She evaporated Liberty from this game.
But you are still involving yourself. That's like the funny, tightrope that Gina is walking.
Is this the turn from Gina? This is like when I realized, because I remembered having a very distinct feeling about Gina.
Well, let me say this. I wonder if all of us just misremember everyone's journey on this cycle. Because I thought Christiana was more of an underdog. Nope.
No.
I thought that Sandra, for some reason, had a full villain turn. Never happens that we see. I thought Liberty, someone in the Discord said, I really thought Liberty was an uncomplicated villain. Barely. Do I remember anything about anyone? Maybe I'm already kind of loving the winner.
Yeah.
I've gotten so on board with...
All we could remember was that Erin was the oldest woman in the world. That's the only accurate thing.
That's so funny.
And then we get when Gina tells Rio what she heard. The bad acting.
Oh my God.
From Rio. What? Huh?
Whoa. What? I would know.
No. What?
But never says that she didn't say it.
And then Gina's defense of Rio is, that wasn't your intention. What was your intention then?
You didn't want her to feel bad when you called her stupid. That's her fault that she felt bad. That is really the tone of the conversation. Well, you didn't mean to make her feel bad, so it's really immature and attention-seeking that she does feel bad when you insulted her.
Yikes, the attention-seeking. So,
well, let's go over the Kyla backstory that I skipped over, to be fair, where Kyla, talking head, confessional, had a traumatic brain injury, her words, from volleyball. And we see medical photos. We don't we see like a photo of her being wheeled out on a stretcher or something?
I mean, we definitely see her laid out.
Yeah.
With, ice packs. And
then basically couldn't do school anymore. Had such a hard time studying and retaining information.
I really hope this
genuinely changed the trajectory of her life.
I have a very close friend with traumatic brain injury, and it's one of those things. We just know so little about the brain and figuring out strategies and how traumatic brain injury presents itself. It doesn't get diagnosed a lot of the time because people don't know what they're looking for. It's really this big, scary topic that really seems to be different on an individual basis.
I'm not comparing what I have to do every year to what your friend is going through, but did you know that if you have two different sized pupils, it can be often a sign of a traumatic brain injury?
I did not.
And I was born with very differently sized pupils. My left eye is a huge pupil and my right one never gets big. And every time I go to the eye doctor, their first thing, especially a new doctor, they're like, we need to do a test. And I'm like, I do it it's fine. This is how, if you're born, it doesn't mean anything.
That's different, but the same. I have shark teeth. My mouth just grows extra teeth buds.
Oh.
And they found this out when I was 16-ish. When I had my wisdom teeth out, I had extra teeth in the roof of my mouth, and they extracted them at the same time. And then 10 years after that, they were my x-rays were misaligned, and so they caught the end of something, and there were more. And so now every time I go to the dentist, a new dentist, they're like, we noticed something weird. I'm like, oh, my extra teeth? Yeah.
Bonus teeth, baby.
Yeah.
Love that you could say that casually when it's this close to being a mutant superpower.
I have the worst mutant superpowers. That and never drying spit.
But they are both mouth related.
Yeah. Oral man.
All I can't do is one of my eyes can't adjust to sunlight.
This is also really tough, the traumatic brain stuff, because I think it really puts a light on the way we talk about intelligence as a society and the markers that we use to indicate intelligence that are not very helpful and only indicate a specific kind of intelligence when there are so many.
And I think that Kyla's, in a lot of ways, like you're saying, a perfect example of that, because she is self-admittedly saying it got harder for me to be academic in a school setting. But Kyla, as we've seen throughout the entire cycle so far, is someone who's very knowledgeable of a lot of things.
Curious,
witty, fun. Like, it obviously, I think in general, more and more people are getting away from the idea that success in a traditional academic setting is a marker for success in many other aspects of your life. Really, academic success only begets more academic success. That's what it is.
And a lot of times we all have mental health problems, which is why we're good at that. So,
but it was nice to get more on Kyla. I hate that it's from the lens.
Yes.
Even though Kyla comes across pretty great in this episode, you basically just have to hear her not get apologized to for an entire episode.
Over and over and over again.
Spoken to worse and worse each time.
And infantilized. Like, she's made to be like a young Kyla, younging it up. Die with me. This one's one of the creepiest ones. We see way too much of this one.
Well, it's because they're sitting there already, because they're like, I don't want that Tyra mail alarm to go off for very long.
Well, you know that Sandra's already there. She's camped out.
We also see more of the Tyra Mail studio than we've ever seen before because Mama's hand is drifting.
I wish we saw that same restaurant shelf for Brita's days. I'm like, where are we?
Well, this has AstroTurf on the ground. Don't know what that's there for.
Is that like someone's dog's pee pad?
You know what would have been cute, too? This should have been a fake Instagram post.
Of course.
We're about to talk about so much social media, and this is basically already a selfie. Like, Tyra should have just made one that's like and subscribe for more Tyra mails.
But do you think it's maybe because Tyra is really bad at social media and these selfie lessons are trash?
Not only
is she better or worse than making acronyms?
No,
and then giving up.
That is a classic Tyra 2-list, baby.
Oh, yeah. Back, baby. I can't wait. I can't wait to talk about these.
Best part of the episode, best part of the cycle.
Sandra is activated for the first time when she's like, social media.
I want another social media challenge.
But this feels even more like Sandra isn't necessarily a YouTube girly. She is an Instagram girly.
Yeah, I think so.
We're also getting lots of Tyrande follower counts, unfortunately, for Erin.
Kinda love these, though. Kinda lived.
I love that Erin's was when she was on the show, she had to make this. And that's why she has only 43 followers. It's production.
The cast.
It's also
her man.
It's also clearly one that she made for the show because it's like officially Erin Green or whatever. And it's like you only do it's like back in the day when MTV stars were on The Real World or something and they weren't on social media before. So now it's The Real World Stacey. Yeah. And you're like, you didn't make that before, obviously.
Yeah, I was always like, hashtag MasterChef Charlie.
Yes.
They barely show Erin's handle, though, because they zoom in on the 43 followers.
I mean, it's a little funny. It's like a bot number.
This is also where we discover, for all of her talk about how Sandra reminds her of all of her bullies in high school, the real problem, I think, is that Sandra has a lot more Instagram followers than Rio does.
Also, Rio being like, I am the social media girl. You have 1,000 followers. Who cares? And Kyla being like, I don't like social media. 950.
It's the same number, literally, as Rio.
I'm so glad to know that our recent perusal into Tyra Graham's social media and Instagram proves that she was never good at this. No. The photos are bad. She clearly takes her photos when she wakes up at 2:00 to work on ice cream. And
I was like, were any of these actually taken on a phone? because
think
they
so.
all look like instant camera photos.
Yeah, just why are they always so blurry?
So blurry.
So
Bad phone. Shitty phone.
Oppo.
Dirty Oppo phone. Dirty mirror.
They would be overexposed if they were an Oppo, and you know that.
Oppo Dodo.
But also,
I'll say this, though. This cast is getting a lot of Tyra time.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
we
I
got
think-
used to Tyra not interacting with the cast, and she might actually know the names of these contestants.
Yeah. But what a dated reference to be like, you guys don't know about the mirror selfie.
This whole thing felt like Tyra had just learned about all of this.
Yes.
Well,
Because the intro, we didn't say the specific Tyra mail, but it was like, social media, am I right? Likes and follows
next
gets you to the next level. Like, it's nothing.
She
She
also
has
enters.
Zero insights.
She enters the room like she has somewhere else to be, and that she's hopped up on iced coffee.
It's also kind
I
of
got that vibe,
embarrassing
too.
for her when they just had an actual social media expert on the
Right?
show.
And are about to have someone on who's a real and also a social media expert. Now, let me say one thing. Who are the randos that they use to show the don'ts?
Oh.
Who are these
Yes!
folks?
How did we get permission to use these people's photos?
Just to be mocked by Tyra.
Who's bad at social media?
Imagine you're watching this episode live and they just took this photo from your personal Instagram and you're like, what?
It was all followers of Tyra.
Or what if fans had to submit or
I think
something and they
fans
didn't
submitted.
say what they were going to use them for?
I think that's what
no. These are just people who auditioned for the show,
We also,
didn't make it.
we also get the ANTM hashtag fail. Why not hashtag ANTM fail?
And when did they bring in this huge mirror of which we will never see its borders?
They put this, I'll tell you when they brought this mirror in, when they were having to set up the backyard and everyone was sequestered to upstairs room.
Yeah.
And Tyra took these photos because she ain't taking them in real time here.
That mirror was so big, I thought it was the window for a second.
Sure. It's just hiding triangle kitchen, basically.
I'll say this. I actually like Tyra's little pink top.
Sure.
I thought the top was cute. Casual Tyra always does it for me.
The
Yes,
hair
I
was
agree.
crazy.
The hair was just not done that morning.
She's kind of piling a lot of stuff on the crown of her head a lot this cycle, and sometimes it looks casual and cute, and sometimes I'm like, is there a
Sometimes it
secret
looks-
in there?
Yeah,
Mhm.
and lopsided.
Yeah.
So the first hashtag is hashtag slay. So look at yourself.
Okay, let me just tell you. This was such a initial failure of acronym because I didn't get at first that slay was so look at yourself because of the way Tyra said it.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was like, so wait, so slay, so look at yourself. And I was like, what? Oh, I
Oh.
actually needed the Tyron.
I did too.
Yeah, because the Tyron also expands in real time.
They love that this cycle. They've been doing that a couple of times.
And these are just Tyra's pet peeves,
Yes.
apparently, with selfies that have nothing to do with whether or not it would get you likes on social media.
Yep.
Oh, Hannah Jane, pet peeves or so this is what pisses me
Me
off.
off.
I was like,
She really
you
let
said the word
herself off
piss.
the
a lot.
leash.
I don't like Tyra saying the word piss.
That's coffee Tyra. She has to piss, so it's the only thing on her mind.
It's just, I love how in my brain has now been trained that Tyra, language-wise, is very wholesome. So anytime she gets hopped up on caffeine or whatever,
Yes.
Pisses me off.
it's like when your grandparent who you've never heard curse says shit for the first time and you're like, ah!
See, I grew up, my grandmother, because she was British, would say bloody a lot. And I
Okay.
was like, ooh, fun. And I would say it, she's like, don't say that. That's a swear.
No.
Then the next one.
This is the best one in a lot of ways.
They've got you can see the phone in the photo. How dare they?
And the tip is not to remove the phone from the mirror,
No.
as Sandra basically is about to say.
Mm-hmm.
It's instead to zoom in.
Mhm.
Chow, Do you know how to spell chow?
No.
One of the best captions crutches ever. Overlapping spelling. I love the person that was like CHOW.
They're not wrong.
CIAO means goodbye in Italian.
That's what
And
it
it also
means.
You means so long to the French. ADIOS means farewell in España.
What's
But
happening?
I'll never say goodbye to you. You're welcome.
Is this from a musical?
No, I just made that up.
That's
Fun.
amazing.
That was great. It also means crop it all out.
Which is very, very the one with the Olsen twins.
It Takes Two?
No, the TV show.
Oh, Full House.
Oh.
It's very Full House. Cut it out.
I will say, I know what you meant now, but saying the Olsen twins in TV show, I was like, we gotta narrow it down. There were 80 of those. Even Hannah was like, it takes two.
You slay, you snap, and then you boop, 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 crop, and then you post.
That's the one time I related to Tyra because I love saying boop, boop, boop for actions that like that.
But I will argue the way she said snap after slay made it seem like there was an acronym we jumped.
Yes. Who knows what's an acronym? Anything could be an acronym at this point.
So now about photos.
Lex, the sentence you just said, the way she said snap after slay. What are we doing?
We're engaging with the art on its own terms.
Mhm.
I don't know if I'm just happy that this episode has less drama than the last one.
Yeah.
It's so nice to be back to Tyra's stupidity. And then this one may, if I may,
Please.
because this drove.
Because I still don't understand it. Explain this to me, please.
So she says in the last one. Now, remind you listeners, she set up acronym and then explain acronym.
Words.
Slay,
Mm-hmm.
chow. And then this one, she just goes, and the last one, dip it low. So we're not going to say dill, which I guess is a weird word.
I wanted it to be DILF.
I
And
did
it
too.
was Dip it low friends, dip it low
Dip it low
females,
fools.
dip it low for ya, dip it low fuckers, dip it low freaks, dip it low Frida, whatever.
But nope, doesn't say dill. It's just dip it low. And I was like, oh, we took no time. We couldn't find any other wording for this.
Because
Yeah, even if you needed a double L, it could have been like dip it low ladies.
anything.
Whatever.
But it's a Tyra 2 list.
Yep.
She can't come
she
up with a
can't do
third.
it.
Nope.
And this one is literally just hold the phone away from your face as down as possible.
And this photo is bananas.
This advice is pretend that you're not holding the phone as you take a photo of yourself with the phone, so maybe other people won't see it.
This no-neck monster, hideous dress in the closet with the door open to the bathroom photo that we see, hoochie booch or whatever she's doing in this photo.
That's a lot of butt. A lot of
Also,
butt.
from below is always a terrible angle.
Yes. And it looks like she's dropping her phone.
It looks like she's trying to pretend that she's not holding a phone and hoping everyone else will go along with it, which is what she's doing.
Yes.
Also, I'm going to say this. I think chow and dill are incongruous with each other. How can you crop out if you dill?
Yep.
You sure can't.
Doesn't matter. Someone comes in who I don't think the show necessarily shows her best side of.
She doesn't get to do enough.
No. Also, she hasn't had enough media training to know to look at the camera when she's speaking.
No, Jordan is just here to have fun.
Yes.
She is chilling with friends.
Yeah.
So it's Jordan Dunn, who, like I said, is more important than the show will point out. They're just like, she got a lot of followers. And it's like, well, she was the first black model to walk in a Prada fashion show in the 21st century.
Mm-hmm. Her second fashion week, she walked 75 shows at New York Fashion Week.
I reread that number 3 times when I was looking her up because I was like, no, I've misunderstood this. That's physically impossible.
She was the first black British model to make the Forbes list of top earning models because she
Right.
earned $4 million in 1 year.
Has done every cover of Vogue internationally.
This is the kind of person, and Tyra pays a little bit of lip service to this. This is the kind of person that Jordan says that Tyra inspired her and Top Model inspired her. This should be the kind of model that Tyra really stakes claim to.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is kind of a new Tyra.
And I read some of the articles surrounding the research that were linked in Wikipedia, and both Jordan and Chanel Iman give Tyra a lot of credit for being a mentor, for being someone who they look up to, and it's weird that she doesn't make a bigger deal of that.
No.
Yeah, this should be a all but Tyra crying moment.
Yeah.
This is the next generation that I helped inspire because Jordan tries to give that to her.
But because Tyra's reaction makes it seem like she's actually shading Tyra. Because what she says is, I was always told that I should model because I was so beautiful. And then I saw America's Next Top Model and I was like, oh, I can do it. Which makes it seem like Tyra is a bad model. And she's like, if Tyra could do it, I can do it. But what she meant was, because we don't go into it, there were no real working Black models at the time.
And she's also someone who has been extremely outspoken about the racism she's faced personally in the fashion industry and the widespread practices within the industry that are racist.
But it just makes, I think, Jordan look a little dumb and Tyra look ridiculous to present it this way.
Yeah, when you look up all the stuff that Dunn has done, you're like, wow, what an inspiring, trailblazing, impressive human being. And on this show, it's just like, she's got social.
It's like when we had, was it Golden Barbie? I don't remember her name.
Yes.
But
I
it's
thought
like
the
that.
same
like
thing.
It's like Tyra knows it's impressive, but also doesn't respect it.
Well, I think the thing is that Tyra in social media, to Tyra, you got a social media following for being good at social media. However, some people have a big social media following because they're doing impressive stuff that a lot of people want to follow.
Right.
And they're good at social media.
Exactly. So Dunn has both, but is only given credit as if she's a Sandra type. And I'm not trying to shade Sandra, it's just like taking pretty pictures.
That's reinforced when Rio decides to shade Sandra when talking about Jordan.
Yeah. That
was
stray that Sandra
wild.
got.
You could almost hear her saying, like Sandra.
Yeah, it was wild.
I think Tyra was trying to be so casual about, you're not challenged, you're not photo, you're not challenge, that she just carried it into the entire portion of the episode.
Yeah.
My opening quote was almost, do you have 20 minutes to execute this not ad? Great advice.
So,
I'll also say this clothing line, cool.
Yeah.
I like the look.
Yeah. It didn't last longer than this one capsule collection.
No. But it did actually make money as opposed to many other capsule
Oh,
collections.
for sure. The name is cute. London.
Yeah. And it's basically like upscale hoodie, gray tracksuit moments.
Yeah. Did anyone else feel like this was before you had to add hashtag ad to your posts? Like before the FCC got involved?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tyra definitely made it seem like, hey, you are trying to be an ad and a brand model, but also sneaky.
When everyone is frantically running around taking their selfies, Rio finds more time in the interview to call Kyla stupid again.
Well.
And I was attempting to see if she was being given a Liberty edit, where I was like, is this all being, because there's one that's a little suspicious editing,
Sure.
where we don't see her saying she doesn't really know how to take a proper selfie, and then do see her saying kind of stupid. I was like, is this when Liberty just said no, but then later, nope.
Nope.
No, because she's got her dusty plum lipstick on, which means she's here to talk shit
To
about
read.
everyone.
What did that individual confessional producer do as soon as Rhea put on that plum lipstick? And there was one day where for an hour, all she did in that confessional cam was talk crap about everybody.
Rio, today we're going to be airing grievances. Yes, I've done it with all the other contestants.
Here's your plum.
And then for Rhea to be like, if you're not interesting, I'm not going to follow you back. And I'm like, that's why you have 1,000 followers.
Yep.
Yeah, I was about to say, that is the kind of thing you say if you had the Christiana or Sandra numbers,
Yeah.
not the other way around.
I loved seeing Christiana's social media.
I like that it got a real-time update.
Oh, that was great.
Mhm.
Because I was like, oh, wow, she doesn't have as many as I thought. And then she said, I showed my belly and started being truthful, and I got those followers. And I was like, wow, what a great message.
Mm-hmm. Then, during the challenge, Christiana has to help Aaron maneuver a phone.
This was so
And
funny
Aaron
because Aaron is
pissed.
so pressed. She does say that she didn't ask for Christiana's help, and I was like, Christiana, just leave.
Yeah. Just
Sure.
Let her do it, I guess.
I just think it's so... Later, Tyra finally says what we're all thinking, and I can't wait to get to it, where Tyra's like, you're only 42.
I also love that they get Gina because it's Gina. Gina's new Rio, right? Because now that she's best friends, she's going to do all the producer copy.
Sure.
She's like, yep, and I'm doing exactly what Tyra told us, to drop it low. And I was like, you couldn't even get it right.
I love that she exchanged dip for drop. I'm still like you did. We rewound back to be like, wait, did I mishear that the first time?
It's also hilarious to me that these were described as being unintentional when everyone is just standing in a mirror taking a selfie.
Outside. Except Aaron, who takes it up. Where did this mirror come from? Where's the
Knows.
mirror by the photos?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, before we get to their photos, I don't know. This is, once again, Jordan needed more training with a camera, which maybe she got because apparently in 2020 she decided she was going to be an actress. But when she's delivering these like time calls and such, she must be talking to no one, right? They're all done as though
Outside.
she's like on the fly and she's like, 5 minutes, everybody.
We gotta
I bet
walk and
it's-
talk.
I bet it's not even accurate. She was just like, I don't know, 5 minutes left. And they're like, no, we got like 8. She's like, 4. Life comes at you fast.
She asks them to bring her the physical phones.
This is amazing.
So great.
It reminded me of All Stars when Nigel collected the laptops. I was like, why does Top Model not think email exists? Unless it's Tyra emailing a leaked version of her makeover.
JW, SMSs can be expensive when they're racked up. They don't have an unlimited plan, and there's no Wi-Fi in this triangle house.
That's right. And then I don't think that Rio is the Instagram person she made herself out to be, as we've already discussed. But when she says the prize is a shout out on Jordan's page, I was like, no, it's not. What are you
because
talking about?
To give Rio the tiniest credit, I don't quite understand what the prize is.
The prize, I think, is she was just going to post this picture and be like,
Okay.
look,
On her feed, yeah.
tag them. And then
Okay.
it's like, to her 2 million followers, this exact picture. Hey, here's my new line. Here's this America's Next Top Model contestant, officially Aaron Green. She's it. Follow her now, y'all.
I am never okay with people doing free work for real companies.
Yeah.
This is a rare time when, like, I think one of the smarter things brands can do, though, is just like, hey, you want some more followers, take a single picture using something you already own from us, and we'll tag the best or whatever. Again, it is free work, but going into it, you're not being paid.
Sure.
That to me
Yes.
is less,
It's not mysterious.
yeah. I couldn't find the picture, though.
Of
I went
course
back
not.
so far.
She didn't say she wouldn't scrub it.
Oh, this is up for 6 months and then delete.
Aaron's photo is so crazy because it's so tall and skinny. It looks like, sometimes when you save a photo on your phone and then when you go and look in your albums, it's like you can't even see what the photo is because it is formatted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she chowed it. And
Mm.
sometimes when you crop things, it doesn't work out for you. Not something Tyra mentioned, but
It's like not even letterbox. It's like letter opener.
And Tyra is distraught by this. Tyra's like, I don't know, girl. You seem to be struggling a bit. And Aaron goes, I did.
Did you see Christiana? Couldn't keep her fucking hands off the phone.
I love that this is a challenge that has just bottom two, top two, no other discussion.
Yeah.
I wish we had seen more of the photos.
There's a few enough of them, you'd think we would have just seen all of them.
Right?
I didn't like Gina's photo.
I also didn't like Gina's photo.
I think because of the lighting outside, you couldn't
Yeah.
see her face at all.
It was the lighting to me. I thought the pose was fine.
Yeah, she did a fine job taking the selfie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the way the lighting was, her face was completely shadowed.
And also, she really lucked out by choosing, or maybe this is on purpose, but choosing a black pant
Mm.
and having the black phone case. She didn't dip it low so much as camouflage it out.
She sure loves wearing a bodysuit under a casual pant that hangs low so it makes
yeah.
it look like you're seeing her thong.
Uh-huh.
Yep. That was a thing at the time, though.
Mm.
I remember
It's-
the bodysuit pants thing.
It's still a thing on every Netflix dating show.
Yeah. Very Shein. Rio continues her crusade
Or Reign of Terror.
Mhm.
against Kyla.
And the thing is, I know she didn't follow Tyra's instructions, but Kyla's selfie was so fine.
It was
It was fine.
it was
It was a selfie.
It was as good as a Tyra selfie.
Yeah.
And Sandra, of course, did social media 3.0
Mhm.
correctly of just angle the phone out of the fucking mirror.
Yeah, I'm sorry, y'all. I would have given this to Sandra.
Oh, she should. She had the best photo that we saw by far.
Easily.
Yeah.
Of
She
the
just
four that
didn't-
we saw.
It's
Yeah.
I almost feel like it was a punishment, though, that she didn't do the acronym.
Oh no, this was
Mhm.
absolutely an instruction following secret challenge where Sandra knew what she was doing better than Tyra,
Uh huh.
and
she
that
can't
was
win.
not going to stand.
No.
Then I think it's really funny because now I think Christiana is always kind of expecting to win challenges because
Yes.
she's gotten used to it. Because when they cut to her and Tyra's saying, and the winner is, and Christiana's looking up, like she's literally about to walk forward. I'm like, Christiana.
She does do the, like, wonder who it could be. Also, new prize, they get to keep the outfit because, of course, it doesn't, they're
Why
just
not?
going to go
Everyone
back
should
in the
keep 'em.
store. Yeah, exactly.
And these
not
are like
flying
cute
these back.
basics. I will say this: Gina should have worn this to panel.
Yes.
I
Yes.
know she didn't know who the guest judge was, but imagine.
Well, especially if she was just going to wear a worse version of it
Yes.
to panel, which is what she does.
Yeah.
Why not just wear the good one?
And then Tyra leaves in the weirdest way she does. She says, while standing in place, says, "All right, bye-bye," and then didn't move for too long at their house.
I wonder if this Georgian was like, "Oh, bye.
Leaving?
Do I also leave?" Okay.
Okay. And that's how you do it in Hollywood, baby. So then we have the especially not fun part of this.
And I'll say this too: this conversation is such a weird mix of seen in full and chopped up to hell.
Mm.
Well, and we're seeing so much of back of head,
Mhm.
far away, mouth cropped out.
Have contestants ever had this much ADR? I don't know.
It's weird.
But man, can you think of a more non-apologetic non-apology than it was never meant to be taken like that?
Well, weirdly, despite the fact that, again, in what we saw, Gina told her word for word what Kyla overheard and said that she overheard. For
Mhm.
some reason, it gets into Rio's mind
Mhm.
that Kyla was offended by the word stupid.
That's giving Rio a lot of the benefit of the doubt, because to me I was like, are you just retelling this to make yourself look better?
Yeah.
Because
it's not
that's
like-
what
no,
it
no.
feels like to me.
To be
Yeah.
clear, that's what I mean, but it does get Kyla off track a little bit,
Mm.
where now Kyla, baby activist, wants to talk about words that, like, hey, there's a lot of words to use, and you shouldn't use certain things anymore that have, fallen out of, favor, and we shouldn't say them anymore. But
That
I'm
are
like, but that wasn't
hurtful.
the issue.
No.
That
No,
wasn't the issue.
the issue first was you called me stupid when you could have. You didn't need to reference anyone. And then if you did, I love her being like, you could have said like SpongeBob.
SpongeBob, if it wasn't meant maliciously.
Yeah, it was clearly pointed.
There are a lot of characters who are famous for being stupid.
Yeah. That aren't real people.
Mm-hmm.
That are in the bed below you.
Yeah.
But this allows Rio and her talking heads to talk about how Kyla is sensitive.
Too sensitive.
Because in her mind now, she is gaslit herself into believing that Kyla's problem was the language, not the insult.
As I think I've mentioned on the show before, this specific line of attack sent me into a fury. Mm-hmm. The idea that someone's just too sensitive to be taken seriously when Kyla is sitting there so thoughtfully and like taking time out of her busy day.
She confronted her in the way that you're supposed to confront someone when you have a problem with them.
And it's telling Rio something that Rio really needs to hear, as we're going to see in about 3 minutes.
For Kyla, when Kyla said, there are so many words in our vocabulary, find a different one. And then Rio takes that like, wow, what PC bullshit.
It's so weird to me to think back to early cycle Rio, who was telling Brindy K it's not the world trying to be mean to Brindy K, to take down Brindy K. I'm like, where's that Rio? Who I feel like that person having that conversation to Brindy K would be open to the conversation that's happening with Kyla. What happened?
Where's Hot Tub Rio?
Yeah. It feels like Rio, we've actually seen two extremes of her thought processes.
It makes me feel like this is real Rio, who now that she's more stressed and now that it's, sometimes when someone's also more comfortable in an environment, a real thing, like she's now forgotten she's on camera, but she's also in a more stressful environment. It just feels like that was not real, is what it feels like.
Yeah. Or maybe it's the competition pulling out this very ugly side of herself, because she really cannot seem to handle somebody getting praised or having something that she wants.
Or I'll say this, because I've always been a little bit more suspicious of the whole real person and not real person narrative, all the way back in the Marjorie days. Well, I'm like, no, that's just two different sides of Marjorie.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if Rio's the kind of person who, both bad in Marjorie's case, no. I just wonder if back in the day, thinking to earlier in the cycle, I wonder if Rio's someone who can see things in other people pretty well, and can give advice very well, but cannot at all receive feedback.
She's real high on her own supply.
I was about to say the same exact thing slightly differently, which is that she's very comfortable calling other people in, but the minute you try to call her in, it's just defensiveness and rudeness.
Which is so
Rio's
funny because
of figured out.
Because of all the people to call you in, Kyla does it so gently.
So gentle. And she didn't need to be gentle at all.
No. And it's just, to me, Rio's condescending nod and smirk.
Words.
Kyla knows you're not ingesting this when you're doing stuff like that.
But Kyla is the person that needs to say it, because otherwise she'll be like, could have educated her. Which, I'll say is a little bit of the mildest flaw for Kyla, right? Is at some point you have to realize when people refuse. Do you know what I mean?
Don't and won't.
Don't. There's no reason for you to put your energy. I get the impulse to try to be because I've done it, where you're like, oh, maybe you just don't know. But when Rio tells you that she is uninterested in learning anything, take her at her word at a certain point.
This is something that has become really clarified for me in the last year or so. And forgive me if I've said this on the podcast before.
Do it again.
I will not engage with someone who is not engaging in good faith with me.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Sure.
That's a 0-win situation for me. I'll debate pretty much anybody on something if they are coming into it with good faith. But if it's just like a gotcha, here's how I'm going to prove you wrong. Nope. Sorry. Not doing it. I'm out.
Because all you're doing is serving them.
And then you aren't engaging, you're debating. And debating's not, that's just two people saying their ideas and hoping one of them's tricked you.
Yeah.
Well, that's
you semantically said something slightly different, so now you're wrong and bad. That's not what we're doing.
I would argue that if we look at debating, that is not to convince the other person that you're right. That's to convince
the
outside
audience.
outside party, right? Who who presented information more cogently or whatever. I don't think ever the point of a debate is to convince the other person.
No.
Yeah, well, I think more so I'm thinking, because I guess debate is interesting because it's a verb that means a certain type of like discussion between two people, but it also is something that's on a stage. But what I was going to say, though, is that I have a distaste for people who have a love of just argument.
Yes.
Yeah.
And just will say the opposite because they like want to test your brain or whatever it is. I'm like, but I don't leave that conversation knowing how you actually felt about that thing. So what was my purpose in being vulnerable and explaining to you why I believe a certain thing and why, if you're just going to be like, well, have you ever considered this thing that might happen 2% of the time?
It's people that love to be devil's advocate.
Uh-huh.
No, you don't have to advocate for the devil. Why?
He's got lawyers.
Yeah.
He does his own work.
Yeah. And no one works harder than the devil. We have an idiom about that.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire an energy vampire. But also, they're a literal vampire. And suddenly, my team is spending all their time sharpening wooden stakes and buying bulk silver and rehearsing ancient chants, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant takes insights from over 1 billion professionals to create a short list of the best fits for you. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
Well, the holidays have come and gone once again, but if you've forgotten to get that special someone in your life a gift, well, Mint Mobile is extending their holiday offer of half off unlimited wireless. So here's the idea. You get it now, you call it an early present for next year. What do you have to lose? Give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Limited time 50% off regular price for new customers. Upfront payment required. $45 for 3 months, $90 for 6 months, or $180 for 12-month plan. Taxes and fees extra. Speeds may slow after 50 gigabytes per month when network is busy. See terms.
Ben.
Oh, I feel sorry for male models.
Since when?
Since I kicked them off my show.
New Sandra lore drop.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
They had to
last
get it in
minute
now.
Sandra.
Engaged.
This had to have been something she brought up before now.
Oh.
I refuse to believe.
Must have. But it is going to be difficult for you to be anything other than a social media beauty model if you can't be in a photo with a man.
Well.
Like, that is a pretty big obstacle to a career.
It's interesting because this will come up in her Where Are They Now segment, her Drew Elliott interview, but he asked a lot about that acting scene.
Yeah.
You'd think that's when we would have gotten this lore drop. But they just didn't have time for it then, because we had Vegas still in the cast.
And if you thought Rio was just going to be on her stupid is as stupid does campaign, she said, oh no, I hate fat people too.
In fact, worse maybe.
Uh-huh.
And when I had, in real time, I have the note. Was this before Kyla's conversation and this was weird cutting? No, never mind. Kyla confirms that it's
After.
Rio
confirms because Rio says we're posing with fat ass dudes, but not in a fun way like I just said it, which, because this is one of those things that tone mattered.
Oh, yeah.
Because Christiana could have said that and it'd been like, charming.
Instead, Christiana says, normal men is hot too. And I was like, I've never loved you more. I love her so much.
I love that she said normal.
Uh-huh.
Because I actually end up kind of liking the word the show uses, which is not usually the case, but then Rio immediately, because everyone in the house must know about this Kyla thing now. It's like, I'm just saying that to be funny. I don't want y'all to think I'm a bitch.
I'm not that insensitive of a bitch, promise.
But it's like...
Don't at me.
But that means that you know that what you said was insensitive and bad.
And
if you immediately
to
correct
take
it.
accountability.
Anyway, it's prom.
What a read.
I love that. Because it did. We're back at our normal studio, decorated by the prom committee.
Oh, it was fully giving prom.
Then we get some wild ADR from Tyra.
She also starts by calling them my angels.
A classic Tyra sentence right here. A couple of months ago, I was perusing the internet and came across the world's first brawny male supermodel.
The way she said perusing made it sound like she was looking for porn.
Yeah, she was on a little me time. We've all perused the internet.
I was in my bubble bath.
Coming upon husky male models.
And he is
The
thick.
hashtag was brawny man.
She typed in, yeah, she was looking for Rule 34 of the brawny man,
Mm-hmm.
and instead came upon thick and big and fine Zach Miko.
Has not gotten better about just immediately sexualizing men in an inappropriate way in the workplace.
Yeah, now she's just like, now I have a new type to sexualize.
And he was so uncomfortable.
Has anyone ever been more uncomfortable than poor Zach Miko during this?
I love that she thinks he's uncomfortable about taking his shirt off when he's clearly just uncomfortable being around Tyra.
And what he says too is like, she reached out to me, and how can you say no to Tyra Banks? I love that he has exactly as many followers as Christiana.
Yep. Apparently that's what you get if you're curve or brawn.
You get gifted to 70,000
Yep.
followers.
65,000. Come on. So Zach Miko, still a thing.
Oh, yeah.
He was signed the first of the IMG models have signed Miko as the standard bearer for their new self-explanatorily titled Brawn category of male models to correspond with the category for women called Curve.
In the thick division, 3 C's.
Basically, though, Zach Miko was a musical theater nerd who came to New York, realized he was not as good as the other people.
Still graduated from AMTA, though.
Yeah. Transitioned to film and TV, and his agent called him and was like, hey, can I get, like, what's your waist size? I don't normally ask this, but, like, what is it? And was booked by Target, and Target was like, they were the first one to do that in not a big and tall kind of thing. And then continues to be a sweetie. Ivan Bart read about it.
Yes, that New York Times article was so sweet.
Yeah. And Ivan Bart was like, why aren't we doing this? And basically booked him, called him in for a meeting and booked him and created this division. That's all great. I wish the show was more invested in this.
Especially because if you go on his Instagram, this man is charming. This man is funny, clever. He doesn't get to show any of that in this episode.
Nope. He's barely in the episode.
Well, did y'all see the stuff that was recent? Because I followed him before this episode. The movie controversy.
No, I haven't seen
it.
So there's a recent movie that is about, I think it's literally called Thick with 2 C's, because of course. And it's about someone who's like a brawny guy who becomes a supermodel. And in the description of the movie from the official people, they reference Zach Miko, and it's basically apparently Miko's life, but Zach Miko has not been approached, paid, consulted, whatever. I could be getting a couple of those details wrong, but he like came out and said, hey, I don't know how to deal with this. Like, I'm not associated with this, but they're also clearly basing it on me. I don't know what the legalities behind this are. And it's like, just pay him to consult for the movie.
Yeah.
Right?
Get him behind it to promote the movie.
Why would you not include him?
Yeah, I hope that's been settled by now. I haven't been able to keep up with it, but it's odd.
He had a really funny video on Instagram where he was like, I have a confession to make. If I've ever called you dude, bro, pal, it's because I don't remember your name.
Very relatable content.
But before we get to the other gross part of this episode, we learned that Aaron likes him thick.
Yeah.
Aaron is jazzed up with this. And then I think you're calling this next part gross, and I do get it. However, it's more confusing.
Sure. I will lay out why I think this next part is gross.
Sure.
So we learn that Gina's third prize is that she gets to pose with Zach.
Pretty good prize.
Yeah.
Because he's the model here.
Mm-hmm.
Because the rest of the models will partake in a casting call with people that were not typed out. and were completely inappropriate for this, which made it seem like it was really undervaluing modeling, but also male modeling, and also male modeling that should be inclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Because we've got hip hop dancing twins.
2 dancing children.
Mm-hmm.
They looked like children.
They were in the Eminem and Pink music video.
Great.
And then actors. These are clearly all just actors.
Mm-hmm.
And like maybe a random person here or there, but like it just made it seem like, I mean, this isn't real modeling.
Unfortunately, that was how it came across. I've got a deeper conspiracy theory about this, though. Because how it's actually set up is they get to pick their partners. I found that interesting.
Mm-hmm.
But then, when people were coming in, the 3 that were picked were so obviously the ones that felt the most realistic to being brawny male models.
Mm-hmm.
I think they actually cast these 3 folks and then set up a fake casting call with other people that could not be selected so that Tyra could say things to the Beabd model like, you're great, but not what we're looking for. This is about the brawny guys. Because you can't pick the skinny twins.
Sure.
You can't
No.
pick that. So I think this was, to be clear, Lex, I'm not giving the show credit.
Sure.
I think this was the fakest of the fake, though. I think
Yes.
there was no choice to be
But
had here.
I also think it sets up an unsafe environment for 2 of our models who have expressed uncomfortableness because it makes it seem like they're not professionals.
Yes, I agree with that. This whole thing brings
A fair point.
an air of lack of professionalism and casualness that it's very difficult for the contestants to parse.
Yes.
Also, pretending that this challenge has something to do with social media
Oh my
because
God.
these photos are going to break the internet or whatever. Instead of having a completely useless selfie challenge, maybe we could have talked about posing with male models.
Right.
Well, the interesting thing about that, and we breezed past it, was that this was supposed to be a big deal because apparently, according to the lore of the show, hard to confirm this was Zach Miko's first shirtless photo, which we get paid some lip service to. So I do think there's a world where if he's getting bigger and this is touted as the vulnerable Zach Miko photo, whatever, there's something interesting there. But the show frames it in a way that it just shows poor Zach being very uncomfortable, like he was forced to do something he was not ready to do.
But also, timing-wise, I think this is not long after he started modeling. So it's also like not really, for me, like this big thing because it just feels like he hasn't modeled shirtless before because of that hiring thing. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it
Maybe.
feels like weirdly exploitative about like also a little freak showy about like, I don't know. And also the fact that they didn't even give these men attractive underwear at the end of the day on top of it.
I will say, to this episode for me highlights, and we do have a bigger conversation about this now, the importance of intimacy coordinators.
Yes.
Because the fact is that all the male models, as they're modeling, come across fine.
Yes.
Other contestants say that they were respectful and all of them seem funny and nice and easy to work with. But Christiana, because of her history, and she's saying this on set to Aaron, so this isn't just confessional cam, is worried about inappropriate touching, how she'll react to that, and I'm just like, but no one on set is going to start a conversation so that she can get more comfortable beforehand. And that's why you need an intimacy coordinator to talk about these things before, because then Christiana could have done better because clearly the only thing on her mind is that, even though her male model doesn't even come close to doing that.
And also, we don't have a real photographer on this shoot either.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's no one they can go to. It's just judges. They have no one outside of the competition who they can go to with problems or insecurities or issues because it's just the people who are judging them in the positions of power. So you can't ask for anything extra or not extra, just normal, standard, what should be standard decency
Yeah,
and thoughtfulness.
instead we've got Tyra 2 weeks in a row traumatizing Christiana and not giving two shits about how she feels.
It felt to me that they were also sort of forcing this narrative on to Zach potentially, and we don't see enough of him to really know. But to make a big deal out of him taking his shirt off gives it this weird, like, wow, you're so brave. When it's like, he's just a professional model.
It's very much your fat friend taking a bikini selfie.
Yes.
And everyone, instead of just being like, wow, you look great. Love the bikini.
Everyone's
Hope you're
like-
having fun.
Yeah.
Wow. Bro.
I could never.
I wouldn't. But I'm glad that you did.
Shahorny is here for Kevin.
Sorry.
I'm sorry. Shanice needs a talking to. It's getting bad.
Miles is a bright light in this episode.
Yes.
A star. Add Miles to the cast.
He needed to pull his pants up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miles DeSalle, in the past 30 days, commercials featuring him have had 37,000 airings.
Yep.
You know?
And I was glad to find that out because the whole time I was like, oh, this guy should be working. Like,
And he definitely works when he says, you know what? I kind of feel, if I may use the word, fabulous. I was like, if I may use the word, ally.
I don't know if that's an okay word for me to use, but if I may. I don't want to be appropriative, but fabulous?
Fabulous?
The flirting is a little much from Shanasty, but it was also nice to see almost all of the contestants react enthusiastically to posing with these men. Leaving
Everyone
out,
was
just in
neutral to
case-
positive except for one person.
Just in case you were trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt still in some way.
That Benny is being removed.
Rio said, oh, you wanted an uncomplicated villain?
Get ready.
Overweight guys like that are not cute. Let's work out. Let's get healthy.
But it's worse because all of that is said and then the condescension drips out with the end. But you do you, boo.
That
Boo
was
boo. You do
boo-boo.
you, boo boo.
Fuck off.
Forever. Into the sun.
So she can never come back from this.
No.
No, and you know what? It's interesting because I did remember a contestant having a problem with the plus size male models. Did not remember it was Rio.
Here, I need to have a little funeral. Here lies Hannah Jane's attraction to Rio. It was a beautiful time, a golden time for all of us, and now it's dead.
Remember my model basic Jessica? We've related.
I've never been in that situation because I've always known exactly who everyone is and have always had perfectly accurate reads of everyone we've ever
From
met.
the beginning to the end.
we see Rita Ora appear like a phantom behind Lex.
I love that your Zoom listeners, Zoom hand raised when JW. Yes, JW.
I didn't know that happened. That's so weird. Is that new on Zoom? If I raise my hand, I go to the top of the screen?
I've never seen that before.
Oh, I hope people don't learn about that. People will abuse that power. Yeah, but Rio is being such a jerk about this. And like, for what? For who? You're going to have to do the photo shoot anyway. Why did she put on that plum lip and decide to also be mean to these very seemingly nice men?
It feels to me like an ego thing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I would never be with a man who looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to let everyone know that this is not by choice. I would never be with a man who looks like that.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me a lot of that. Remember that article that went super viral, like, I love my curvy wife?
Yes.
Do you remember this?
No.
In society, there was this couple, and it started this conversation about couples that are very different body types.
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, if I remember correctly, had more like of a bodybuilder body type, and the woman was like a plus size woman.
Mm-hmm.
And they seemed to be in a very loving, happy relationship, but some picture of theirs from like an engagement photo or something went viral. And then he ended the timeline. Listeners, excuse me if I'm getting the timeline wrong. I didn't look this up beforehand, but I just remember there was an article that was called like, I love my curvy wife. That was basically him just being like, yeah, I love her. Stop acting. Because all these people were saying like, he could do so much better. This, that, and the other. He's like, I love my wife.
Why are you
She's
so weird
great.
about this?
I find her attractive and I find her great. And I think it makes people insecure in a way
Mhm.
that they realize that two people genuinely just like each other.
Yep.
And it's not based
Well-
on anything shallow. And also, I do think it's a little shallow. I think the two of them had the hots for each other.
Yeah.
Yes, but also it's because it becomes an indictment on you.
Mm-hmm.
That maybe
Yes.
the reason you're by yourself or miserable is because you suck. So it's like, do you know what I mean? Like, if that Uggo can find someone, what does that say about me?
I think people who buy into beauty standards also feel really betrayed by
Mhm.
this.
I was told if I did all this,
Uh-huh.
I was told if I got so hot that everyone would marry me.
yes,
It's almost like a weird capitalism rich person thing where
Yes.
it's like, well, if I'm hot, it's because I deserve to be.
Mhm.
If someone hot likes me, it's because I deserve it, and they don't. So this is wrong. Like, ugh, it's all
It's
so,
so
gross.
Speaking of marriage stuff, Sandra, because it's our last episode, but the focus isn't on her, we have to keep dropping this plot line in that's
Yes.
not given enough screen time for us to really parse out how Sandra feels about this.
Or what
'Cause
her boundaries are, because I'm sure
Yeah.
she has specific thought through
Yeah.
boundaries.
Yeah, and she's talked about her Muslim identity and her beliefs surrounding it earlier in the competition, especially with when we thought it was going to be a nude shoot.
Mhm.
But it's interesting because it ends up just being a laundry list of things that she's done on the show that she thinks the community around her is going to question.
yeah.
And again, I don't know. I don't mind the way she expresses it, but I also, like you're saying, Hannah, I would love to hear a little bit more about how exactly she felt.
Mhm.
Well, no, it's because what we get is like her interpretation or how she was taught something, but no reflection of what Sandra thinks.
Mhm.
Yeah, because she says stuff around, I want to show other Muslim women, other Muslim girls, that you can do stuff like modeling.
Mhm.
But then we never get a follow-up of like, but with what limitations for you personally, Sandra? You know?
Mhm.
It almost feels very, I compared it in my head to Esther,
Yes.
Mm.
that I feel like the show did give Esther enough screen time to really discuss what her like boundaries and limitations and things she would enjoy doing and not enjoy doing based on her beliefs. And we just I don't feel like we got enough of that from Sandra.
No, the show just isn't invested in her.
Unfortunately for Sandra, Esther was a good model. So,
Well, also it's because Sandra, it's like our plus size to Christian. She's more Instagram than Muslim. So
captions crunch. I think
No, wait. Captions and I did the same crunch because it's also what I heard.
okay.
Because I believe Erin refers to the dripping in gold photo shoot.
Yes.
But what Captions and I both heard was the drippening.
See, but I think so. I watched Taskmaster,
Mhm.
and on the most recent episode, one of the contestants says she was like, but in his dialect, it sounded like he kept saying she's a slag. She's a slag. She's just like she's a slag. And
Woof.
I was able, it's dripping. I mean, she just dropped the G.
Yeah,
It was
she just said dripping in gold.
dripping in gold. But
Mhm.
then Captions was like, E-N,
Drippening, the drippening.
the drippening.
Welcome to the drippening. I heard it
Yuck.
too at first.
Yuck.
I just hate that the show did this to Christiana so much.
She all but says we should have had an intimacy coordinator.
Or a therapist for me to talk about after I was triggered last week.
But who cares? Drew put all his gold makeup on today.
can I ask a general question
Mhm.
that I guess I never got the answer to? I'm looking at my notes and I'm like, did I ever answer this to myself? Why was this gold?
Oh, no idea.
No idea.
Because Tyra wanted to.
We had gold? Okay.
We
Yeah.
had extra gold paid.
Because I remember my brain kept being like, how is this related to Braun?
It's not.
It's not.
It's not at all.
Okay, great.
If I wanted to be so English majory, which
Do it.
maybe the idea was like classical. They're
Mm.
they like a bronze
Statues.
statue,
Mhm.
Oh, I can get there.
but like it
And
takes
she
so
was
many
having
steps.
them do sort of statue-esque poses,
Like
kind of.
gladiatorial. I don't associate that with gold, but like I could see where they maybe got their 5 steps away.
Sure. Excuse my tired brain, my tired Sunday brain. Have we gotten to one of the few lines I remember from this cycle yet?
No, because they ruin it in the coming up on. They ruin the iconic
The
line.
joke. What, the best joke ever told on Top
I
Model?
think so.
Oh, easily, because it's a joke that Tyra can't be mad at, but was at her expense.
Yeah, so during Kyla's shoot, they're having people yell out films.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think she's paired with Miles.
Yes.
And Miles is saying, Friday, Boys in the Hood. It's a lot of fun. We're trying to get people's energy
They're
up.
They're all prompted by Tyra.
Yes. And then Tyra says to Kyla, you pick a movie.
And she screams, when is Life Size 2 coming out?
It's such a weird scream, and her face stays just as beautiful, and it's so perfect.
Because this is Kyla at her most gorgeous.
Yeah.
being a smarmy little
Telling jokes
sarcastic.
at the expense of her elders.
Yep. And this actually tickles Tyra. Like,
Yeah.
Tyra falls.
It seems
Gets
like
a
it
real
tickles
laugh.
everyone.
As my mother would say, she falls out of the frame.
Yep.
She is.
A moment that is only slightly less funny, but not as intentionally, is when Rio is struggling and Drew comes up to apply more gold paint to her face. And Tyra says, no, let me. And then just takes the brush and globs it across Rio's mouth.
It's not the only person she does it to.
Wild.
Rio also has a Poroscova twist, fresh from the ice skating bakery. They've been giving
They're
Kyla the
frosted
same
pastries.
feedback over and over. And she's finally listening, so good for her. Oh, the one time you're not being a jerk.
No, it's just still so bitter, so bitterly delivered.
Rio telling everyone to stay positive.
Well, this is Brindy K's A, only moment of the episode, but B, best moment of the episode, where she was like, have you ever been the bottom 2? A bottom 4? I'm so sick of hearing about bottom 4. What the fuck is that?
I was like, oh, Brenda Kay auditioning for the co-host spot.
Tee-hee.
Also, I loved that gold paint in her hair.
Oh my God.
It looked amazing.
This is the makeover.
In Brindy
This
K's.
is-
Yes.
This is what Brandy K's makeover should have been.
Incredible.
It's honey gold.
Yes.
It's kind of rose gold, honey
Looks
gold. Yeah.
so good on her.
Well, it looks good on her hair.
Yes. On her hair, specifically.
Of course.
Yeah.
There's definitely a part of her that it looks really bad on.
Uh-huh. Look at that baby.
So we head to panel where the outfit is fine.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought she looked cute.
I like the outfit. Fine, good, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I because it's the final cycle, I'm going to say we never themed your outfits enough. Tyra should have been in gold.
Yes.
Why are you not in gold? Not one gold thing?
She paid for her giant earrings in gold.
But I just don't understand. You could have themed. We no longer get Tyra pre-panel photos.
Right.
A loss personally for podcasting.
Yes.
At least
Never
have
forget that tiny water glass.
I just like puppy heaven still. But how do you not wear a gold top?
Instead, she piled that hair lopsided on top of her head.
I know one person who's not sticking around after judging, and that's Ashley Graham, because she has somewhere to go.
I think you mean Ashley S. Titties.
She looked hot, but I was just like, where are you going?
Oh my fucking God.
Her and Jordan are about to go and bitch about Tyra.
Love that for them, honestly.
Speaking of, Tyra says something so stupid. I love this. You'll notice that there's a chair that is missing. No. The chair is the
No,
only
right
thing
there.
that's there.
Our dear Law Roach is image architecting someone right now.
He's working.
He's architecting.
And so I miss guest judges. I loved having her here. I love having a different voice and a different presence.
I really wanted one of the male models to be
Me
there.
too. It should have been Zach Miko.
I thought it was going to be Zach Miko for a second, but he's gotten out of his Tyra prison.
He's freed. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Instead, it's Jordan Dunn in an ugly top.
She didn't know she was doing
I was
this.
about to say, she didn't know she was going to have a second top.
She was on set waiting for Ashley to get off work,
Uh-huh.
and they're like, "Oh, you're here, perfect." Stacy flaked.
Yeah. And Jordan's like, I've never actually seen the show, to be clear. That was all a lie.
So this week was all about getting social media, that is.
It's like it's got the cadence of a joke.
Come on, everybody, we're getting social.
And you're going to melt the internet. Okay.
You can also tell that Tyra's made this joke to Drew so many times.
Oh, God.
Because when she's like, just like our dear Drew, and he's like,
That thing that actually was good, you're really cheapening every single time.
I'm not going to give them the cover, Tyra. They'll never get the cover.
Gina's first.
I mean, I love this photo, to be honest.
She looks incredible.
She looks great. And Zach looks fine.
I really love that they put like gold leaf on her head instead of paint. I love that choice.
Honestly, her bald head has given her so many cute looks.
Yeah. It's also drag in like a good way.
Mhm.
Like a helpful way.
Well, and unlike a lot of photos that we'll see, her gold face stuff actually contours her face.
Makes her look attractive.
It's literally like they took this one first and did all the good gold face paint on Zach and Gina and then got silly after that.
Well, I think it's because someone wasn't allowed to apply makeup to this person. It feels like fourth, fifth prize, Gina got to work with a makeup artist and
Maybe.
not Tyra Banks.
Imagine if that was like a literal prize you could have. And Tyra's not going to do your makeup. Oh my God, thank you. Thank you.
Once again, why were the men in these sad, black, boxer, Lucy briefs?
Why would you not do gold once
Why
again?
not gold? We didn't have any Rocky Horror Picture costume shops around? Come on.
Yeah, this is pretty. This is great. They look great.
And that is a handsome man.
Oof.
Well, I mean, he's, I think correctly, a lot of time put in the same sentence as Ashley Graham, where it's like, yeah, but they're both like beautiful people.
So
Like-
beautiful.
like,
Genetic lottery.
yeah.
You would turn around and look at them on the street.
Yeah. Brandy K is next.
Okay.
Why?
We have to talk about this face paint.
Why the Van Dyke?
Why a goatee?
It's also that it's the only thing on the face. Yeah. It's a mustache and a goatee.
Because the thing is, if you Photoshop that out, this would be an incredible picture of her.
I love the makeup on her neck,
Mm-hmm.
dripping all the way down.
I love the look in her eye. I love this face on her. Her face is stunning.
And I actually think the pose with him is cool.
I think he's not good.
But I think she
I
made
like
it
it.
work.
Yes, I think she did. I think he's also the only one that wasn't an actor.
Mm.
So I think he just was maybe not as ready.
But it's such a shame they did that to her because she looks
They-
amazing except for that.
Tyra.
Sorry, Tyra. Yes.
It looks like it's like gold chocolate.
Yeah, it looks like what you would do makeup wise for someone who just snarfs nothing down food wise.
And at panel, the gold hair, Brandy K agreed with us because she left that gold hair in.
Mhm.
Yep.
I love her hairstyle to stand up a little straighter too. I think it just gives her a little more height and dimension, and it makes you really see her bone structure.
I also think it's just grown out a little bit, which
Yeah.
is better.
Shanice is next.
Before we get to the photo, I love Shanice's panel look.
Mhm.
I love
Yeah.
the slouchy
Cool.
military with hot pink heels.
Mm-hmm. I don't like the angle of this photo.
I think separately they both look great.
Yes. I think the
composition
face
of the
cards are
photo-
amazing in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Oh,
Tens.
yeah.
The composition of the photo makes it seem like they're one,
Yep.
Yeah.
and that's weird.
There's
It looks
also-
like they're fused together.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it was a camera was moving and Shanice was tracking the camera as opposed to a photo. None of the others look like this.
I just sort of wish they could each crop each other out. They could chow
Yes.
each other.
Well, they couldn't. They're a chimera.
Because I think this solo would be a great shot in either of their portfolios.
Oh, yeah. And when they close up on her face,
Oh my god.
I mean, this is probably Shanice's best face in the competition so far. And she got good makeup. She got cool eye stuff,
and then a
pretty good
slash.
hair coloring, and a nice lip slash thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just don't think it's a good photo as a whole.
But they both do a great job.
If you're just judging her, which is basically what this is,
Right.
yeah.
I think very odd. I can't remember if Tyra says it here or later, but when she says, when you first came into this competition, there's no way you could do a backbend.
She did say that.
As
And
though
I
she
was like,
had pins
literally?
in her back.
Is she Courtney? Why can't she
After
do a
the
backbend?
backbend teach, you finally got there. Like, what are you talking about?
Shabak bend. Christiana's next.
Another better panel look for Christiana.
Yeah, she's learning.
Mm-hmm.
Finally.
Okay, this photo is interesting,
Mm-hmm.
but it is not like any of the other photos. This feels like it's from a different campaign.
Well, one thing I'll say about this one is that this fully looks like those Tyra and the winner final shots
photo
where
shops.
it doesn't look like they're posed at the same time because it'd be so easy to eliminate one person from this photo.
Mhm.
My brain attached a big Catrone-esque narrative to
Oh,
this
yeah.
photo.
Okay.
It probably doesn't make any sense. But to me, it seemed almost like they're having very different reactions to an alien invasion.
Jordan's worst look is saying or calling him an animal man.
From the back, Kyla says, there are better words you can use.
Find a different one.
This is such a cool photo of him.
Yes.
The worst part of this for Christiana is you look at him.
Yeah. Because I think it's not a
It's
bad
like the perfect
photo.
model scream.
I don't think it's a bad photo of her. I think her face is always distinctive and gorgeous. I think they gave her really cool hair.
Yes.
I think the weirdness with this, especially because they all have the void behind them, is because they put so much gold on her body and then very little
Not her
on her
face.
face. It looks like she's a green screen head floating around.
They also, the one thing they did put on her face makes it seem like she's crying a
Right.
single gold tear,
Mm.
which is not helpful for this shot.
Nor is it helpful for her expression, which is terrified.
I get more sad, but I see what you're saying. I would not have put it in the bottom two.
No. Also, what was fucking said at this panel? Something
The
really bad,
ADR.
right?
Something really bad.
Really
it
bad.
must have. Because, oh,
Did
no, disclaimer, cover our asses.
Did they literally say, suck it up, Buttercup? What happened?
Fuck your trauma because, ooh,
That was last week. Get over it.
I don't know. Something really bad was said, and spoiler for the backstage, it seems like Christiana was having a rough time dealing with whatever they said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron's next.
Ashley is not into her antics.
You mean Ashley is not into Aaron's cuck kink?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Great. Which is unfortunate because this is Aaron's best photo.
By far.
Easily.
Not even close.
I would, this is going to sound wild. I'm about to give her a first call out just because, like, when's it ever going to happen again?
And she looks pretty incredible here.
Yes.
And this
She's
is
a
one
makeup
where the
girl, I
male
think.
model is used correctly.
Mhm.
Yes.
Does not take away, does not take over.
We keep saying it. Whoever put the gold in the hair on the shoot, whoever
Yes.
styled the hair, really knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Really did it. And she does have just a great body.
She really does.
Ridiculous.
Tyra literally can't get over it. It's like a rare Tyra joke that works. She was like, I got to start working out. Woof.
I mean,
This
it's
is also where we get the you're 42, not 82 moment. But talking about extra hands in a photo,
oh.
when we see the uncropped photo of Erin and Christiana's little hand is on top of hers on the phone. I died. It was so funny.
I just love that Tyra finally was like, look, are you the oldest person that's ever owned it? Yes. But still, like, you know what a phone is. You know what a mirror is. Because Erin's trying it. Erin is trying to be like, I don't know.
Look, if the show was doing that to me, I would do that too. I would use it to get out of knowing things.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just so old. I don't know.
My rotary doesn't take pictures at all.
Sandra's next. Still cannot model.
Yeah.
What is going on with Sandra's mouth?
Yeah, it's the mouth that really does it.
She also got the least amount of makeup on her face. I wish I could pluck that one thing out of her eyebrow.
Also in her hair, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got just like some highlights put into her hair. I'll say two things about the male model. I could really create a story for him. And also, his face looks so perfectly commercial guy face here.
Yeah.
But then it looks like he's sneaking up behind to be like, I got gossip.
I think it looks like he's about to tip over. It's like, no, I'm okay.
He's a little drunk, and Sandra's keeping him upright. You know?
Or like one of those things where you're like holding back someone from fighting, but they really don't want to do it. So they're like, stop. No. It's like, hold me back. Hold me back. I'm going to fight.
I'm going to do it.
Also, the makeup on her eye makes it look like her eye is melting off her face.
Yeah.
It's too heavy on that one side.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, unfortunately for Sandra, this is just clearly the worst photo this week.
And again, though, it makes me really wish that either someone was on set and or they'd had conversations about working with male models, because it was the hardest for reasons that were explained in show for Sandra and Christiana, and both of them had the worst photos. And that's
Telling.
bad on the show.
Absolutely. Yeah. It just didn't seem like they had time to talk to the male models before they shot with them.
Nope.
Which was, I think, partly because they were being used in multiple shots and then no one got to use Zach. But also...
But also, you know what you could have done instead of doing the whole fake audition?
Yeah, Zach, I think we skipped over it, but Zach and Gina got to have a conversation.
Yes.
A cute one, too.
Yeah.
High fives and
stuff. Yeah, a little hug it out, yeah.
Rio's next. Or should I say, hey, Miss Jazzercise. What is this outfit?
I love that Rio implies that she knew Lal wasn't going to be there, so she wore this.
A lot of us got tricked into buying into Kate Hudson's athletic wear when it first came out.
I was a victim, too.
He is so much better in this photo.
He looks amazing.
He should be modeling.
Yeah. This one to me is one where she snuck into the frame and is like, hey.
She went,
oh, are we taking pictures?
Can I get in? I don't like you.
How do you live with yourself?
You could start working out today.
Boo.
Sandra sucks.
Kyla's stupid. I know you don't know who that is.
And then Gina pops in from the other side. It's like, what she actually means is this. I'm her best friend.
Gina actually is on the other side. You just can't see her because she's so small.
So short. Yeah, this is the one of the few photos where the male model wins.
Yes.
Which I think the panel basically says too, right?
Yeah.
He also gave Rio, between Drew and Tyra, a full gold mutton chop.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah, it is where they say that, because Tyra says, the difference is you're killing it and he's slaying it.
So he looked at yourself?
Hannah Jane.
We skipped it too, but Drew gives the most devastating compliment to Sandra. If I wanted someone for a beautiful cleanser commercial, you're hired.
And then mimed it like she didn't know what cleanser was. Your skin is gorgeous and beautiful. Cleanser?
You could corner the Neutrogena market.
And Sandra's like, people have to wash their face? I've never.
I don't know why this happened this episode, but suddenly whenever a judge speaks to Sandra about her future career, they're like, you're going to make so much money. Yeah. You, a billionaire, soon. Like, it's very strange.
It's just so funny that she, the show and the evidence presented on the show tells us that Sandra can't model, but also they're like, you will be rich, though.
Yeah.
From your modeling.
Compared to these others, we're including the winner.
Yep.
This is also where Jordan and Ashley have gotten close enough to start doing bits with each other, which is fun.
With each other? Because Kyla, when Kyla's photo comes up, Jordan almost topples Ashley.
So funny.
Like, that looked too real. Ashley almost was pushed out of her chair. And this photo.
I mean...
Good Lord.
Her hair looks so good.
This is ridiculous.
Otherworldly gorgeous. If you told me she was the most beautiful woman in the world, I'd be like, okay,
Oh,
I
it's because
believe you.
she got contour too.
Yep.
Yeah, she got the good makeup.
But even still, this is so ridiculously welcome. It's good. I'll give Tyra this. It's also pretty good photography.
Photo. It's one of Tyra's better photos she's taken.
Yes.
Because we didn't talk about it, but it's a rare Tyra shoot that had normal color for the most part. Like
True,
this isn't
and inside
sepia.
lighting.
And the best thing about this photo is you can't see anyone's hands.
Her body is just crazy.
So long.
And then the curve that, oh, God,
Ugh.
come on.
And the drip, the curve where the gold is on the inside with the curve and then the drips down. Like, I could look at this photo and dissect it and just be like, not one part of this photo isn't working because you can't even barely see his ugly underwear either.
Yep.
And he is still serving, but not taking over at all.
Exactly.
Yep. Yeah, he looks super hot here.
Honestly, he got a pretty good portfolio out of this.
You know?
Great use of negative space, too.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no private panel. Private panel is dead again.
VH1
No,
hates
just-
private panel.
Just no new information backstage.
Rio doesn't understand. She's like, but he's fat. How could he have been better in the photo?
And it's really what it feels like.
And Christiana is devastated and is pretty sure she's going home.
Mm-hmm.
Because whatever they told her at panel made it seem like it.
Yeah, I'd be fascinated to know what they actually said to her.
Yeah.
Call out order. Kyla's first.
Of course.
I think. Come on.
I always like it when people lean over Tyra to thank the rest of panel. I always find
I do
that
too.
charming.
Mm-hmm.
You know who didn't find it charming? Rolling her eyes, Gina, as the second call out.
This
All
was
the way
weird.
back in her head and snorted.
Uh-huh. And at first I was like, maybe to give her the benefit of the doubt, I was like, oh, it was like her dragginess where she's always having to be like, thank God. But then when she walked away from Tyra, I was like, oh, she's big pissed.
Yeah, but this was for what we've seen. From what we've seen from Gina in panel, she is so deferential to Tyra. Crying. Just wants that picture from Tyra. That's the dream. So it's odd for her to be so obstinate.
About getting called second.
When also you saw Kyla's photo. Yours was good, Gina, but Kyla.
Come on.
And also, Gina, you can still use this in your portfolio. It's with the supermodel.
Yeah, also, Gina, you didn't get a 6th and 7th prize of getting first call out.
Yeah, this is still your winningest episode.
That's true.
Next is Shanice.
Love that.
I think it's hard, right? Because I actually think the next person, Aaron, maybe should have been called before.
Most improved for sure.
Yeah. It's close though, that 3-4.
Sure, I just didn't. I liked Aaron's photo more than I liked Shanice's photo, not the modeling necessarily.
I think that's fair.
And then Brandy K, because of the mustache.
Yeah.
And then Rio.
Who I would have put in the bottom two.
I also would have put in the bottom two.
Yeah, me as well.
Which leaves Christiana versus Sandra.
And Sandra was prepared to sob because she has a full tissue packet. Because Sandra knows what's up. She's in the bottom two with Christiana, who's won everything up until now.
For Tyra to say that the judges find Christiana inconsistent.
Crazy.
When this is the first time she's ever approached the bottom two. Why are you doing this to her? Just say she had a bad week.
Sandra, stunning. High fashion. Christiana, inconsistent. Neck and neck. Are they neck and neck?
I don't think Sandra believes that.
How? In what world?
Then when Christiana stays, Tyra basically tells her, get over her trauma. That's holding you back. Cut it out.
We raised trauma for you, and now that's your problem.
When I just didn't understand, you were such a strong model. Don't cheapen that. What was like that makes me think it's once again what was said. Where is this coming from?
Yeah, because they ADR'd over what was actually part of Christiana's panel, the rest of this doesn't make sense.
Nope.
And then Sandra, you're going to be rich. And Sandra's like, Team Kyla, fuck Rio, bye.
I kind of love that she did that. At first, I thought it was just going to be this pro Kyla stance, and she's been her bestie the entire time, so, like, great. But I love that she was like, but also, Rio, have you met her?
Oh, stinkeroo.
Yeah.
And then, yes, we learned that this is where we learned that Tyra was responsible for all the bad makeup. The one time I've been really appreciative of back around footage.
Yeah. We also got some more fun with like including Rio to give the tiniest half credit of them having fun with the male models. And I was like, that'd have been a neat thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
Feels like an in-episode thing you could have included.
It's really funny to me that Rio has set herself up in opposition to the idea of the popular girl. Because I'm sure her backstory is her backstory. She acts like a queen bee who you are terrified of pissing off.
Uh-huh.
Because you'll lose your place in her friendship and in the school system forever.
And I think maybe, as JW alluded to earlier, that's why I got that same feeling in my memory to Gina.
Mm.
I think all of our memory, because I had the same thing, Lex, and maybe there's a twist happening, but I think that there's the high potential that Gina wasn't that bad, but we associate Gina and Rio as a unit, and we're just thinking they were the mean girls.
Right.
But we forgot about Rio somehow because early in the cycle, Rio's did not seem like that. So we're like, well, it must have been Gina. You know?
I'm honestly curious to see because we have remembered so little.
I know.
Specifically about the contestants' personalities.
Yeah,
that
clearly.
Literally anything could happen.
Yeah. Sandra Shahab, Shehab. Since the show, she ended up having a spread in Paper Magazine, and I saw it, and it's great.
Wow.
And was also in Euphoria Magazine. She's modeled for Deluxe Label, and her sister, this is super interesting, her sister, Amy, is a clothing and handbag designer, and she's done a lot of modeling for her. And Amy Shahab has a bunch of stuff still up. And she walked in New York Fashion Week in 2018 for Adriana Sahar. She made an official website, Sandra did, that seems to no longer be around and has a YouTube channel where the last video was 6 months ago. But apparently those two things used to be the big focus, and she did a lot of makeup and skincare videos, did those cleanser commercials apparently, tutorials, looks, that sort of thing. She has one that have over 500,000 views and stuff, you know.
Mm-hmm.
She also started a website called Sandra's Closet that she did for a while where she sold clothes worn by her and gives tips on what to pair with them. Kind of an early Poshmark thing, you know?
Mm.
And she had a line of makeup called Shea Cosmetics, Shee. But all I could find on that was a 20-second TikTok video made by someone who helped launch the brand. And that video was 2 years ago. I cannot find these for sell anymore, nor am I 100% sure what the cosmetics were themselves. Her Instagram is still quite large. It's Sandra Shahab with over 600,000 followers. She's currently represented by Genflow, which is a global agency for creators. Her Drew interview is one of the shorter ones. I will say, though, like a lot of like Cora and Liberty and some other people before her, now that she's not in the competition, she's so much more just effervescent and has an ease with which she's talking. And even the modeling, the little silly modeling bit they do at the top of all these, it's some of her best. And I'm like, okay, some people just, these little interviews show me how much is filtered through the reality TV competition lens of tired and stressed and competition and whatever.
And people being mean to you for no reason.
She says ultimately that the photo shoot she got eliminated on wasn't that hard because the male model and her weren't intimate or sexual during the shoot. The acting challenge was much harder, which I mentioned earlier. She was close to Kyla, Ryan, and Cora, and I said, Quiet Gals Club. And she still, as of the time of this Drew Elliott interview, doesn't know the full backstory of what happened with Rio that made her hate her. She was like, whatever that is, I believe it to be, she's like, I believe that's true. I don't know what happened with Rio. I just know that, like, that doesn't involve me.
That's best way to deal with it.
Yeah, but I just think it's funny that Rio apparently said all of that stuff, but never actually told anyone what the actual thing was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but okay, let me start with saying Sandra is fascinating from a Lex point of view. Because Lex, for years, was like, don't like Sandra. Do not like Sandra.
Yeah.
And what a neutral contestant. I understand as a model, Lex,
Sure.
and I know you do not like people on this show who stay too long and are not good
Yes,
at modeling.
that's very true.
Yeah.
I get it. But wow, she as a person
Yeah, as a person, she seemed fine.
Yeah.
seemed fine. Even
Look,
kind of likable sometimes.
Sleeping in the background was epic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Has me for life.
Yeah, I actually just think she wasn't a TV personality.
At all.
No, she was not good at being on the show, and she also wasn't good at modeling on the show.
No. I know it became a joke, but like, I don't think she successfully took a photo.
I liked, weirdly, the Tyra shoot where she was laying down because I felt her face looked nice. I think
Yes.
sometimes
And
her
she was
face
the only
looked
one
nice.
who got off trauma-free. I will
Sure.
always stan her for not trying to play up or into any kind of drama.
That's true.
Yeah, that was her at her best when she was
She was like, I'm beautiful though, so.
Yeah, I'm very obviously beautiful, so
But everyone in this room knows your model beautiful, right? So
why are we sad?
Why are they supporting me? I mean, I
Thanks?
don't need it. Thanks, I'll take it, but seems like other people need it more. No, that was my favorite part of her.
it was funny. It was like authentic in a way that you just don't see on the
Yeah.
show.
Yeah.
Because most people will play the game. I would do the same thing. I think all of
Of
us
course.
mentioned it. Like, I'd do it. I'd find that thing and talk about it. I'd give
Sure.
Tyra those little hummingbird sugar droplets to feed and satiate her. I also love that she got a win. It was the social media YouTube thing, and she was like, yeah, I was good at the thing you said I should have been good at. And then I was second at the other social media thing. She was just actually good, sort of.
Yeah.
At least they were nicer to her than they were to Chrislian.
Well, that's because Tyra didn't date Sandra's fiance.
That's right.
But if you've dated our fiancés, you should rate,
Oh.
review, and subscribe. What drama?
We don't care.
Throw it in the review. I love this podcast, but I'll never forgive them for taking my fiance.
No. The review has to be the reviewer took ours.
Oh.
So they have to be like, love the podcast. 5 stars. What great chemistry. Love that I stole their fiance.
Can I tell y'all? I don't know if you're going to leave this on pod or not, but I had a post this week on social media, on Instagram, about coming out and how there's no wrong time to do it, and I'm proof of that. And a very straight friend of mine messaged me and was like, "Are you and Bob okay?" And I was like, how did you not know this already?
You're not quiet about it.
No.
I'll say this, and I actually don't think this comes from a place of malice most of the time. When someone's in a monogamous or mostly monogamous marriage,
Mhm.
I think a lot of people are like, oh, then your sexuality's blank.
Yes, it was coming from a very sweet place. And we
Yeah.
had like a cute interaction
The person was
afterwards.
concerned.
But it was also very funny.
Yeah.
Well, you can see posts like that from me anywhere
Mhm.
at Yet Charming. Me being like, what? You're straight? If you're straight, I won't follow you back.
And that's why they follow me, because you can find me buying it up on Instagram at Hannah Jane Ginsburg.
And I'm on Instagram at JW_Crump, and I forgot it was National Coming Out Day. Whoops.
That's how out you are.
And be sure to use the hashtag PodLeadermen. You're straight? Are you okay? I think we should be asking the straight people in our lives if they're
Are you
okay. Are the straights okay?
That's such a
No.
weird voice. That was Tyra Mail.
So for PodLeadum, I've been Lex Basile Price.
I'll be Hannah Jane Ginsburg,
I'm JW Crump.
and we'll see you on top.
PodLeadum is not endorsed by America's Next Top Model, Tyra Banks, 10x10 Entertainment, or any of their subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only. America's Next Top Model and all names, pictures, and audio clips are registered trademarks and copyrights of their respective trademark and copyright holders.